Greetings, friend. I will show you the top 5 problems with using Snyder notation and how you can overcome them to solve Sudokus like this. Click below if you want to give this puzzle a go, and with that, it's solving time. And so let's look sequentially at restrictions in the numbers here. You look at these ones, you notice there's 2 places for a 1. So this is Snyder notation. Anytime in a 3 by 3 block, you have 2 possibilities for a candidate, you mark it in case we solve one of these cells. For a different digit, you can solve the other one right away for that candidate, a 1. However, there's some problems with that. Snyder was invented by Thomas Snyder, 3-time world Sudoku champion. It's efficient for speed solving. It's great for finding pointing pairs, hidden pairs, and solving combinations. You can solve several digits in a row rapidly. But I believe Philip Newman designed this puzzle in particular to highlight some of the blind spots that Snyder notation can create. Thank you so much, Philip, for letting me feature your puzzles on this channel. If you get a chance, check out Gas. That's what Philip Newman, Clover, and Bill Murphy feature puzzles like this every day. Which leads you up to the question of the day. How often do you use Snyder notation? Please drop it in the comments. Help me grow the best Sudoku community on YouTube. Help others learn how to solve Sudoku better, and it starts with your feedback. So problem number 1 is that Snyder notation discourages the marking of 3 cells. And so with these ones, you can look right here at this 1 coming down column 6, and there's 3 spots to put a 1 here. You would not put Snyder notation there. And you'll see here, there's going to be some instances where you'd want to put in and mark 3 cells. In variant Sudoku, sometimes it's quite helpful to mark 3 possibilities for a candidate because of the rule sets there. But not in classic, we usually don't do that. And you can overlook some restrictions that way. Okay, so let's check out these 2s. With these 2s, you have 2 places for a 2 in block 5. With this 2 cutting across and this 2 coming up, you can put Snyder 2s right here, and those are a pointing pair since they're in the same column. And so this is a good use of Snyder. To go along with this 2, you can make a solve right there. And then with these 2s, you can solve, or you can put Snyder 2s in block 7. And this brings us up to our second problem with Snyder notation. You'll notice that the 2s are restricted to columns 1 and 3 here in block 7. Well, look up here in block 4. Because of this 2 now, the 2s are restricted to these 4 cells. You wouldn't mark them with Snyder notation. However, they're still restricted to columns 1 and 3 in block 4. So where can the 2 go here in block 1? It can't be in column 1 or 3 because, you know, if you put a 2 here, it's going to be right there. If you put it in one of these spots, it'll be right there, right? So you know the 2s are going to be either here and here, or here and here. So a 2 has to be in column 2. It's got to be in one of these spots. Since you have a 2 right there, this is a claiming pair of 2s. So we can mark the claiming pair. However, by not using Snyder, you have a hard time finding this, and that is problem number 2 with Snyder notation. The way to overcome that is to look at restrictions. So I looked here in block 4. You see the 2 cut across, and you notice, hey, we are restricted by columns. So then we know where there's a restriction up here that we can make some marks. Okay, after doing that with the 2s, move on to the 3s. With all these 3s coming into block 5, you can solve for 3 right there. And then with these 2 3s, we can put Snyder marks here. And then in block 9, we can put Snyder marks right there. So Snyder is still very efficient. We're going to continue using it, but I'm just going to point out these problems as we go along. With the 4s, there's only 2 places for a 4. You have 3 spots here. We wouldn't mark that with Snyder notation. Move on to the 5s. And what you'll see here is this 5 and this 5. You have a pointing pair of 5s in block 2, which restricts the 5 now to just 1 spot in block 8 because of your 5 right there. Nice. And then with these 2 5s, you can put Snyder 5s in block 6. Look on to the 6s, and we got 2 spots for 6 in block 8, so we'll mark that. And then with the 7s, right now with 1-7, there's nothing we can do marking wise, not enough restriction there. Move on to the 8s, and you'll see with these two 8s, you can actually solve for an 8 here in block 2. And this leads me up to my third problem with Snyder notation. We actually have a nice restriction that we can mark here. And sometimes people ask me, Timberlake, what is Snyder notation? Does it apply to center marking? And technically it does not apply to center marking. However, you want to extend your solving and make it more accurate by adding some center marks. If you can add some by value cells and some triples like I'm about to show you, it will help you understand the puzzle better and solve it quicker. So what you have here in column 5, you could just put a Snyder 7 right there, but that doesn't really do justice to what's going on here. Because you have a 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. This is a 1, 4, 7 naked triple. But not only is it a naked triple for column 5, it is a naked triple for block 5. So this is called a lock triple. When it is a triple that applies to two houses, so in this case a block plus a column, that's a lock triple. So 1, 4, 7 can't be in these spots anymore. They can only be right there. And so Snyder notation does not account for that. You do want to add some center marks to overcome that problem. And so what it leaves you with is a 2, 6, 9 naked triple to fill the other 3 cells. And because of this 9, you can remove the 9 from right there. And then what you see is it actually creates a pointing pair of 9s. And then you can continue on with the 9s here, and there's Snyder 9s in block 6. And with these 9s, you got Snyder 9s in block 7. And then similar to what we have the 2s, there's a restriction going on here with these 9s. Look here. Where can the 9s be in block 3? It can be in one of these 3 cells. And I'll get rid of these since we already noticed the lock triple. But you also notice that the 9s can be in one of those cells. Right? It's not quite a mini X-wing, but however, the 9s are restricted to column 7 and 9 in blocks 3 and 6. And so Snyder, it would be hard to find this, but you see with this 9 right here, you know a 9's got to be in one of these cells in block 9. So we can put Snyder 9s for a claiming pair right there because of this 9. So again, you got to find that. It's a little bit different scan to see that the 9s can't be there or there to help you make that deduction. And I got a bonus tip for you. Once you go through the digits 1 through 9 and you made a few solves, go back through, see if you can get some more easy solves. So with this one, we can put some Snyder 1s right here in block 8. And this one right here, you could have a pointing triple of 1s. And so again, another one of those restrictions with Snyder. And realize the 1s are restricted to these 3 cells. I'm not going to mark that. But that is an issue that you have to be aware of. And so at this point, it might seem like you're stuck with just Snyder alone. And so there is a neat trick here. Brings up the problem number 4. And this trick is something you'll often see in the New York Times. And it was actually here with the starting grid. And I'll point it out to you right now. Notice how you have a 1, 4, 5 here in block 3. But you also have 3 empty cells here. And you have a 2, 6, 9 right there in row 3. So you have 4 different digits. So 1, 4, 5, 2, 6, 9 all see these 3 cells. When you see this situation, what you need to understand is these 3 cells actually form a naked triple. But another way to look at it, what I usually see is these 3 cells, where can the 2, 6, 9 go in block 3? It has to go in those 3 cells. This is a hidden triple up here. And if you spot this, some of the hardest New York Times puzzles, New York Times hard, will be quite easy if you can spot this little trick. It's a hidden triple, and you can learn more about it in this tutorial. What it does is now, with Snyder, you wouldn't mark a hidden triple, but here you need to because it's going to help you make the next solve. Because what you have left now in the block is a 3, 7, 8 naked triple. And since you have a 3 and a 7 right there, you can solve that for an 8. And so you can easily see that that's a naked single 8 by finding the hidden triple along with, to mark this naked triple and see that the 3 and 7 are right there. This is awesome stuff. And so now we do that. Another bonus solving tip for you. You want to look at the impact on the row, the column, and the block. And so we made some marks and a solve in row 3. Let's check out the rest of row 3. So now you have a 2. You got this 3, 7 here. You got 6, 8, 9. So you need a 1, 4, 5 to finish row 3. Well, 5 and 4 right there. This has got to be your 1. And so now you can have a 4, 5 naked pair right there. And we're going to mark that. That's going to help us out with some future solving. And then let's look at the column now. You added a digit here. We looked at the row. We look at the column. You got a 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. We use 1, 6, 9. So this is another 1, 6, 9. Not just a naked triple. It's a locked triple for the column and the block. And so you can remove a 9 from there. And because of this 6, you can remove a 6 from right there. And this is another critical deduction that you need to find, that this is a locked triple here, and the 169s cannot be in these cells. And I'll show you why in just a bit. And it leads me up to problem number 5. We'll kind of explore this a little bit more. Problem number 5 is that Snyder notation is great for hidden pairs, and you'll find a hidden pair if you put Snyder notation 2 candidates on top of each other. That makes a hidden pair. But Snyder notation is not great with finding naked pairs. And so by putting this 1, 6, 9 right here and having this 3, 5, 8 right here and the 2 in the block, what can be in these 2 cells? Can't be a 1 because of the 1, 6, 9. Can't be a 2. Can't be a 3. Can be a 4, but can't be a 5. Can't be a 6 because of the 1, 6, 9. Can't be a 7. Actually, it can be a 7. But it can't be an 8 and it can't be a 9 because of the 1, 6, 9. So what you have is a nice 4, 7 naked pair. And with Snyder notation, you wouldn't find that, you wouldn't mark that because they wouldn't be Snyder marks there. But you do need that if you want to make more progress at this point in the puzzle. And so by doing this 4, 7 right here, you put more restriction along row 8. Because you got a 4, 7 here, and I'll just highlight that in orange. You got a 3, 5, 8, so you need a 1, 2, 6, 9. Well, you might see the 1, 2, and 9 all look at this cell. This is out a naked single 6. Awesome. And then by removing the 6 from right here, you can solve for a 6 in the block. Great. And so now you see we've made some progress here. And how much further can we take this? Let's look at the impact here in the block. Okay, you just need a 1, 4, and a 7. Well, I got the 4 cutting across here, so that's got to be your 4. Displacing the Snyder 1 allows you to solve this cell for a 7. Awesome. And then we can go up here in the block 5 now. Because you put the 6 here, the only place the 6 can go in the block is right there. Displacing Snyder 2, displacing that Snyder 9. You can solve all of those cells. And then that leads you up here. Because of this 4 and this 4, you can solve this cell for a 4, hidden single 4, displacing that Snyder 5. And now you can solve this cell for a 5 over here. And then with these 2 5s and this 5, you can solve for a 5 in block 7. This is awesome. And now you want to look at the impact, right? Impact on row, column, block, RCB. By adding that 5 right there, look at row 7. You got a 1, 7, and an 8. And we can use my neat naked triple trick to solve all 3. 1 in one of these spots, so 1 can't be there. 7's in one of these spots, so 7 can't be there either. And then you got the 1 repeated right there. You can solve all 3 cells. This has to be the 8. The only place the 1 goes right there, and this has got to be your 7. Beautiful. And so I'll remove the colors here. I thought you might appreciate that. Philip put some nice logic in this. This is a daily classic, and I love solving these on the Kraken and Cryptic Discord server. I thought this one was pretty special. That's why I showed it on the channel. But let's move on now. We go into block 7. You'll notice with this 8 here, this has got to be your 8, displacing that Snyder 9, displacing the Snyder 2. I love gobbling up the marks because you know you're on the right solve path and you're making improvement if you can remove marks as you go instead of adding more. And now with these 2s, you can solve for 2 right there in block 4. And then you can see with this 1 that that's got to be a 9, and that's got to be a 1. Looking good there. And now you want to look for a heavy house. So I call any row, column, block that's got at least 5 cells filled out a heavy house, and usually you'll find restrictions and solves there. In this case, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You need a 2, 6, and 8. 2 and 8 right there. 8 repeated. We can do another neat naked triple trick. This has got to be your 6. The place the 8 is going to go right there. You can solve that for a 2. And now with this 2 cutting across, you can displace that Snyder 2, solve this cell for a 2. You create another heavy house across row 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. We need a 6, 7, and a 9. Well, the 9 right here means this has got to be your 9 with this 6. Here's your 6, and here is your 7. And then with this 7, you can solve for 7 right there, displacing that Snyder 3. Displacing this Snyder 7, you can solve this cell for a 7. How much further can we go? Well, you might notice we only got 2 cells remaining in column 1. You just need a 3 and a 4. I got the 3 there. So here's your 3 and here's your 4. I don't have a 4 in block 1, so you can solve that for a 4. And continue making progress. The only thing not in block 2 is a 7, so you can fill that out. This 4 allows you to disambiguate the 4 and the 1 right there. Looking good. Don't see a 1 in block 4, so you can solve that for a 1. Solve this for an 8. And just take that last digit and bring it on over and see if you can make a solve with it. With those 8s, you can solve that for an 8. And now you see you got a nice full house. 8 of the 9 digits filled out. So this has got to be a 4. And this is going to allow you to disambiguate the rest of these pairs, because that's a 7 and a 4 there. This is going to be a 7 and a 3 there. Looking good. And then you can notice that with these 1s, in this one, got a 1 right there, displacing that Snyder 9. Now you can get the 9 and the 6 right there. Don't see a 6, so that's got to be a 6. Displacing the Snyder 5. Awesome. With this 3, you can displace that Snyder 3. You solve this 3. It's not in the corner, but our last digit is going to be a 5. Now challenge yourself to apply the tips you just learned to this next puzzle. Thank you so much for watching.